Welcome back, viewers. We are continuing with our lesson in Archicad. So our next lesson we are going to cover is about dimensioning, how we can dimension a floor plan using Archicad. So on the toolbox under document, when you click on the document to expand, you will find our dimensions here. So when you click on the dimension, just go to your settings and make sure you have the correct settings for your dimensions. So on the settings, just click on the settings dialog for dimensions. So after you've done your settings, you can go to the settings and make sure all the settings have been set nicely. I'll show you how you can do the settings later. So when you click on the dimensions, we have got two ways of doing dimensioning. We've got manual dimensions and automatic dimensions. We are going to start with the manual dimensioning. Manual dimensioning is where now you click on individual parts or individual sections of the wall or openings or structures so that you can give your dimensions. So we're going to start with the manual type of dimensions. When you click on the dimension, so for manual, you just click one corner if you are dimensioning the wall, and then the next part, then the next part for the window, and then another part. You'll see we have those circles, and another part for the window, another edge of the wall. Once you've done that, you right click on your mouse and then you click OK. So when you click OK, you'll see the cursor turns into a hammer. It will ask you to place your dimensions. When you click, you'll find you've placed your dimensions on that other side. Also, manual dimensions help us to dimension the internal parts of our plan. So I can click continuing with my dimensioning that part and also this side. Then you right click OK, then you place your dimensions. You will find your dimensions has been placed. So that room is 28 and the thickness of the wall is 200, the way you had stated. You can also dimension from that end to this end. Make sure you right click OK, then you place your dimensions. You will find your dimensions shown there. That's there for the kitchen. You can also do for the whole part. You click that part, that area, and then the end also to that other end. Then you right click on your mouse, click OK, then it'll ask you to place your dimensions. So you'll find you shall have placed your dimensions for the internal parts of your plan. Then when you're doing architectural dimensioning, make sure if you're dimensioning the parts for the walls and structures or openings, then you do an overall dimension from one end to the other. Then you right click, place, and then you place your dimensions outside so that you can know the distance. The one side has a distance of 4.4700, that is 4.7 meters. Remember, we had set our units to millimeters, not meters, so they're showing into millimeters. I can still come to my dimension tool. When you click on any tool, as I said earlier, you come to edit, you select all dimensions. It will prompt you to select all the dimensions so that you can edit. Maybe the text appears to be big or too small, so you can change the text height in the dialog box for the settings. So when you click on the settings, click on the settings. Yeah, you double click on the settings, then you can change the text height of your dimensions. If they appear to be big, you can change the text height when the dialog box, the dimensions, opens. So we'll cover that when in our next, as we proceed. Sorry. So that's how we do dimensioning in Archicad. That's manual dimensioning. So let's move on to another type of dimensioning. It's called automatic dimensioning. Automatic dimensioning is applied only to the walls. And then automatic dimensioning only applies to the exterior dimensions, where you're going to place all your dimensions in four sides of your wall. So it becomes automatic. When the manual is a bit tiresome because you need to dimension each and every part of every structure, every opening of your drawing. So allow me to delete this dimension. I come there, then select all dimensions, then I can delete that dimensions. So let's see how we can now do automatic dimensioning in Archicad. To do automatic dimensioning under design, automatic dimensioning, you have to select all the walls in your given plan. So when you click on the wall tool, then come and select edit, then select all walls. It will prompt all the walls will be highlighted and will be selected. Then under document tab, you'll find when the walls are selected, we have annotation. Under annotation, we have automatic dimensioning. Under automatic dimensioning, we have exterior dimensioning. This one will give us dimensioning automatically. We'll place all the dimensions on all the sides of our plan. So the walls are highlighted. You come to document, annotation, automatic dimensioning, exterior dimensioning. For earlier versions, when you select all the walls as selected, then you go to document, you'll find it written, instead of annotation, they will write document extras. That's where you'll find your automatic dimensioning. So once you have clicked automatic dimensioning exterior option, you will find we have got 4 ways of doing automatic dimensioning. So the first one is called overall dimension, which is stated here. You'll find this will give the overall dimension from one end to the other. The second one, which is stated here, is give dimension for the external geometry for the parts for different sections of the walls only, the length of the wall. And then the third one will give us the wall thickness, the length, and then another wall thickness. Then the fourth one will give us the dimensions for the opening and structures, where we have windows and doors and columns. It will also state that. So it will depend on which type of dimension you want to omit, or if you want to include all of them. So if, for example, I want to omit the dimensioning openings, I uncheck number 4. So when I'll be applying the automatic dimensioning, only number 1, 2, 3 will be applied. Once you've done that, you come to distance between the dimension lines. You can reduce the size or increase the size. This is from the distance from the wall to where you're going to place your dimensions. So by default it's 500. So I can change it to 300. And then here you can see you click this checkbox here. It's written, place your dimensions on 4 sides. So the dimension will be placed on 4 sides. Then you click to check. Once you've done that, now you click OK. So to click OK, after clicking OK, you just come and click one of the walls. Click one of the walls, and then you can see it turns to an hammer. That means you place your dimensions. So once you place your dimensions, you will find all your dimensions are shown on both sides, all the 4 sides. Remember, we have overall dimensions, thickness of the wall, and the distance for various sections of our plan. So that's how we place dimensions automatically in Archicad. Automatic dimension only applies for the external parts. For the internal parts, you'll just have to apply manual dimensioning. As I've said earlier, you just come and click that part. Come to dimension tool, under document, you click here on the other side, and then you right click, you click OK. So when you place, so for the internal part of your plan or of your project, you use manual dimensioning. For outside part where you have to place all your dimensions on both sides, you use automatic dimensions. It's quicker and easier like that. So when you look at these lines, I can change the dimension lines. You can see they are not uniform. You can make them uniform by selecting all dimensions. Click on the dimension, edit, select all dimensions. So I need to change those lines so that they be uniform on both sides. So you click on the dimension settings, then now you see we want to reduce the lines. So I can pick, these are called witness lines. When you pick the second one, that's the one which is appropriate. And then also when you come to text, you can see we also have a text height. We can reduce the text height to be 1, maybe 0.5, so that they appear smaller. Once you are through, click 1.5 millimeters, that's the text height and the witness line. So when you click OK, you will see now my witness lines have gone. So it's just showing the dimension lines and the extension lines, and the text we have also reduced. So when you look into our drawing here, now we are very sure this plan is 9700 by 6200. This side, and so this side also 6200 and 9700. You can see the thickness of the wall is 200, then the distance for that bedroom is 200, 2800, this is also 2800. Remember, that's what we typed. This is 1600, 200, and then the overall dimension should be 9700. That's how we do automatic dimensions and manual dimensioning, and how you can modify reducing the text, and how you can also reduce the witness lines. That's it for dimensioning in Archicad. Thank you.